All right, can you guys hear me now? Should be able to hear me now. Have my mic off. Let's see, where does Hal do? Let me try to get a hold of him again here. All right, anyway, SPY dropping off. Let's see if we get a hold of Hal or not. But the SPY dropping off down to the bottom of the channel, so we could see a pullback. Nothing really good in the news to change that. Yeah, we just started dropping below 438. Let's see the market watch. It's mixed, but we expected today to be slow. Good morning, Brian. Good morning, Chris Game Boss. Good morning, Fat Boy Drizzy. Let me message out, man. Alright, so let's see what we got going on here today. Besides the SPY probably going to drop. XBIO having a pullback to 450. That may be a possible play today. It could get a continuation. Especially if it comes back down to 4. Could be a possible bounce there. Oh, I hear a Hal.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now, buddy.
Cool. All right, yeah, we were looking at TAOP, making this little, it has really, really weak news, and it has a bunch of resistance ahead of it.
I ain't touching it then.
Yeah, it's got the 200 moving average. It's got a resistance at the 481, the 444, big top and tails on both of those resistances.
Sounds horrible.
Yep. So not looking too good. We're just gonna watch it at the open and see if it gets destroyed like the other ones did that we called out.
I was just saying XBIO, if it drops down to 4 at the bell, may be a possible play.
XBIO, I haven't looked at that one.
And it's got a lot of support at 4. That was the strong resistance beforehand.
Yeah, XBIO is down quite a bit on that. If you look at the overall pattern, it looks like it had a flat top at the $6 level, and then they gap down. How far did it gap down? It didn't even have enough to gap fill. It only got up to the 560, so that's weakness there as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It'll probably sell off to down to 4, but that 4 is strong support.
Yeah.
Because it does have volume already.
Yeah. Daniel B said, man, TAOP is junk.
Yeah, I'm just starting to now look at it. Let's see. Cooperation agreement with Shenzhen. Is that a Chinese company? Let's see. It's going to be open. Oh, God. It's going to be opening up right between the 50 and the 200 on the daily chart. That's not going to probably do that well.
It looks like it's already forming a little downtrend. It came back up here and trying to fight up, but looks like it got stopped around that 425 level.
Yeah, there's definitely selling there. That's where that peak was yesterday, where the bodies closed at. But even if it breaks 425, you got the 50-day at 450 and then the 200 at 5. It's just resistance on top of resistance.
Yep. The only other one that was on my scanner today was, for right now, was ERYP. It had a stupid move from the $4 up to the $22 in like 10 minutes.
Yesterday and after hours, I was looking at that one. This is a crazy move.
And then if you look at the volume, it only had 50,000 shares traded in those minutes, which is insane.
Yeah. Let's
That
see.
means if you were stupid enough to buy the top, you absolutely got murdered.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, it dropped from 22 back down to 12. $8 drop in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
That's rough.
I'm gonna let TAOP consolidate and kind of see where his strength is, but I don't know. We'll see.
Eight ARDX. They
ARDX.
got. Well, I don't know if that's good or not. They got an FDA response letter. It's probably not
Mm,
good.
it doesn't look good on the it doesn't look good on the charts.
Well, yeah, on the daily chart, it's way down. But if it starts to rebound and breaks two, there's a gap to fill all the way back up to about 550. Could be a
I'll look at it once it breaks two.
yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. It could. It's not far from two right now. It's at 180.
Yeah.
But this could be a dead cat bounce. See what's the float on this? 100 million. Yeah, I don't know about that. I'm not seeing much out here.
TAOP.
Morning, you're gonna have to help me with your name there, but I'm just gonna say McQuan Holdings. Let me know if I got that right or not. I'm terrible with names. But welcome to Framework Fortune. I've not seen you around, so I'm assuming you're new. Bitcoin struggled to break that 40,000 last night.
Mm-hmm. I saw BTBT react.
Oh yeah. It's still right along the trend line though. Let's see, what's Bitcoin doing now? Yeah. Bitcoin's around 38 and a half. I warned everybody last night that there was a very good possibility because there was a triangle on the 4-hour chart of Bitcoin. And I said in the next 24 hours, actually I said the next 8 to 16 hours on the crypto update that Bitcoin would either be having a big move down or a big move up. Now that triangle, it dropped about $2,000. You Bitcoin.
TAOP has
McCowan.
found a little flat top right there at the 420s, dipping back down now.
McCowan Holdings. Gotcha. Thank you for that help. You have
What's
no
that
idea.
ticker?
What?
McCowan Holdings.
Oh, no. That's somebody who joined the live stream.
Oh, oh my gosh. I'm thinking that's a ticker. I'm about to go trade him, bro.
Yeah. McCowan Holdings. Al's about to come invest in you. He's got some money to throw your way. Brian, right now, what I'm looking at today, at the moment, I don't see anything, honestly. I mean, maybe BTT if Bitcoin starts coming up again. FLGC doesn't have any volume. EYRP is
Trash.
they got fast track designation. That's what their PR is. I don't know. I wouldn't say it's trash because it's going to open up above all EMAs on the daily.
I mean, but think about the profit takers. But it could be shorts piling on, and it could be a heavy short on this one. So maybe if they get enough buyers,
it just needs to break 10. If it breaks 10, then it could run. Let's see, break at 10. It's got room up to 11, and then about 12, and 13, and then after that, there's no more. Oh nope, 14.
No, me and Ben, we didn't. I don't think Ben took any trades on Robinhood yesterday.
No, I ignored Robinhood. I completely ignored that trash. I knew exactly what was going to happen to that garbage. It dropped. From what I heard, it dropped ridiculous.
Yeah, it dropped from like the 38s down to the 34s, and then kind of bounced and then faded.
Let's see. Big Ballad. Yeah, I do have. Oh, I may not have put that video out yet, actually. On these. Well, I can't remember if I've covered the high-a-day scanner and the other scanner I think I only covered the NASDAQ and the NYSE one. So yeah, I'm still kind of working on the high a day scanner and the other scanner that I use. And I haven't quite got them where I want to yet. But I can show you here in a little bit when I'm not trading. I'll pull my scanners up so you guys can see those, how they're set up for that particular scanner. Good morning, Doc Trader. It's been a while, man. How you doing, Doc Trader? Oh, did Hal? Nice, Brian. Did you call somebody? Oh, see, you waited till it dropped to 33, bought back in, and went back up to almost open on Robinhood. Is that what the name of that? Is that the ticker symbol? They called it Hood.
Yeah, Hood.
Wow.
It's the ghetto.
Wow. What a ticker symbol.
Stock market ghetto.
Yeah, man, I see that. That's this nice bounce there you got. Did somebody? I'm trying to figure out. Did somebody say somebody was dumb for buying at the top somewhere? Brian, we're active this morning. We're getting no problem, Big Baller. Just remind me later here in the stream, and then Doc Trader, of course, I remember you, buddy. I'm glad you're not sick anymore. That's a long time of being sick. I hope you're okay. Well, it's been a couple of months. Chris Game Boss said Hood is trash. Yeah. I mean, there's always money to be made off of any stock, even if they are trash, if you can catch them right. But I just was not going to get in the hype of Robinhood. I don't even like the Robinhood app. There's multiple videos on my channel where I trash the Robinhood app, so I'm definitely not going to trade it. I feel the way I feel about Apple is the way I feel about Robinhood. For you guys who've been following me for a while.
Yeah, Apple's trash.
Yeah.
Absolute garbage.
I will not buy one bit of Apple shares for any reason. And Robinhood will probably be the same way. Just because that Robinhood is just garbage. It's just terrible.
Yeah, TAOP went ahead and cracked down, so I'll just be looking out. Right now, the only things on my scanner is ERYP and TAOP, and I'll see what happens at the open. We got about 10 minutes to the open.
Yeah, I think the only thing right now that is showing up is EYRP. And other than that, I don't even know if I want to trade this, because the way it's going to gap up. So I think I'm just going to chill out.
Yep.
Wait till something new pops up. Let's see. SPRT, that's not getting any volume at the moment. Although I would keep an eye on XBIO.
Yeah, I looked at it, but it doesn't, I don't like that box shape that it has. Kind of like little boxes. I like it to be flowing. It's starting to get into like a little tight little range with a lot of wicks. So I'm not too into XBIO. It's gonna have to get rid of some of those wicks and choose a direction.
Yeah, it's consolidating right above the 200 on the 5-minute right now.
Yeah.
Right at 460 is where the 200-day is.
So let me see.
That's holding up as some support. Hasn't been below the 200-day since yesterday morning, so. Oh, let's see. McCowan said NSAV. Let's take a look at
NSAV.
Oh boy.
AV.
Yeah, this is a very cheap OTC stock, around 7 cents.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. You enter your money in that, you're gonna have to sit for a couple of years.
I mean, it looks like it's been running the past couple of days. Actually, past couple of weeks, it's went from a penny up to 7 cents. That's a pretty big move. But that would be my concern now. Even though I don't day trade OTC stocks like this, it's running right into this old peak right here of 7 cents. So I would expect some type of pullback probably.
It says it has a PR. It says a target to become U.S. second public cryptocurrency exchange enters $2 trillion marketplace.
Okay, well, it's lying. I can tell you right now, this PR is a lie. Because Coinbase has already went public, and Voyager has been public in the OTC markets for 2 years now, I think. So they straight up lied on their PR.
Well, that's why they're at 7 cents.
Yeah. So I would be very careful messing with this because their PR is a lie. Like, no, I'm not kidding at all. Voyager's ticker symbol is VY. Let's see, what is it? VY. Yeah, VYGVF. This is Voyager Digital. They've got the best phone app, in my opinion, for cryptos. And then, of course, Coin is Coinbase. So, I mean, right there's 2 public crypto exchanges. So, NSAV is full of it. All right. Well, we got... Boy, we're getting busy here. Yeah, no problem, McCowan Holdings. I mean... Okay, boy, we are hot this morning. All right, so Tesla, massive action. I don't trade anything that high price because it takes too much capital. I'll take a look at Tesla though. Yeah, Tesla's chilling right above the 9 or the 10-day and the 50-day. Looks like it's been consolidating sideways for that break of 700. But be wary because it's Friday. It's the last day of the month. The SPY is not looking lovely. So if the SPY starts cracking, we could see Tesla easily pull back. If the SPY cracks below 437.50.
Oh, yeah.
Boy, we got all kinds of people in here today. RLG, you're welcome. Appreciate that. And also, I have the new setup too with the new strategy. Let's see, we got 5 minutes here, guys. So I guess we better go ahead and split apart, Hal, and get ready for the day here.
Most def. All right, man. Take it easy. Don't jump into anything I wouldn't.
Yeah, I'm gonna hang out for a little bit. I don't think I'm gonna touch anything for a little while here.
Yeah, I'm just gonna watch TAOP absolutely get shredded.
Yeah.
All right, man.
All right, we'll talk to you later.
All right, bye-bye.
All right. ERYP is on my watch list. It could run at the bell. It does have this triangle that's got a break, but we've not been seeing anything really run at the bell. And it's going to run into $9 and $10 of resistance because $9 was support and then $10 was resistance up here. So both of those are going to be resistance. So this really is not going to break out hard until it breaks 10. But it could break this downtrend and maybe pop up to 10 here at market open, then sell off. But I would be surprised to see this really run out the gate because we've not seen anything lately run out the gate for very long. We see them have a quick spike and then they dump off, and then later in the day the runs are coming. But with it being Friday, last day of the month, SPY looking sketchy, I'm going to be sitting on my hands for a little bit. But EYRP is the one I have on watch. I mean, pretty much the only one. And maybe XBIO. XBIO might could continue a run, but looking a little rough at the moment. So, all right, guys, real quick, I'm going to take a quick little break before we get started, before market open. SGOC. Hello, Donnell. How's it going, buddy? We'll throw SGOC on here to keep an eye on it. But yeah, give me a couple of minutes here, and then I'll be right back at the bell to see what happens. Because this is going to be a wonky day. I can almost guarantee it. So, give me just a second. Be right back. Alright, so we are opening up here. EYP is breaking that. It's not moving as fast as I thought it was going to. See what's TAP. Yeah, that's not looking good. SGOC. That's opening up below the 10-day moving average. So nothing really there. Ooh, SPRT. Getting a little... See, how's the SPY opening up real quick? Let's check the SPY. SPY getting rejected at that 200-day. We cracked the bottom of this channel. We're going to have a pullback here on the SPY. That could make everything real wonky. Look, EYRP. This is exactly what I was talking about. Did have a quick little pop up. It still possibly could rip. It's trying to hold the 10 adaptive EMA, this gray line, and trying to hold the 40 double EMA as support. Oh, let's see. This may actually start moving. We're just gonna run into a lot of resistance at 9. It may try to break out here, but I'm not touching it right now. Not right here at the bell. Yeah, starting to, yeah, there it goes. Let's see if it can. Oh, getting halted right here at the bell. Interesting. Okay. So yeah, EYRP is one we'll have to keep on watch. SGOC dropping. Let's see, CIDM just popped up. Take these off here. Breaking up out of this triangle. It's a higher float, but it could push up. ARDX got so much resistance ahead of it. And DGS TIGR, this one popping up. A little higher float than I would like though. So more of a mid cap. My thoughts on Hood, I don't really want to touch it. Good morning, Lori. Hood is almost up 1%. Well, I'll take a look at it, but I really don't want to trade Hood at all. I just don't. Yeah, look at that. Got rejected off that 200. Robinhood's probably going to go down to 20 bucks or something. I have no idea, but I am a little interested here in XBIO starting to push up here. I'm gonna grab 50 because it had this little sell-off and then this indecision. Let's see, 472. If it can break up over 480, then we could possibly see a test of 5. Downtrend's way up here at 520. But if it doesn't break back over this 40, this purple line right now, it could easily sell off. I just got in because of this indecision candle followed by this green candle. Starting to push a little bit. Got resistance at 475. Well, yeah, it's trying to push through that 475 resistance now. There we go. Starting to pop a little bit to 480. See if we got some bids on 475. If they can stay in there. Nope, they just got taken out. That's not good. Maybe a little fake out here. Ooh, nasty little upper wick. And shorters maybe trying to take this down some more. But getting rejected at that 475 area. At least on this first try. Well, we still got 2 minutes on this candle to close, so this could easily close above 475. If we can see it close over 475, we should see it push up. So a minute and a half for this candle to close. Oh, BTBT spiking right now. Getting back above the uptrend, so that's a possible play. EYRP still halted. Oh, it just came out of the halt. Just got halted on the way down within a split second. So, not going to jump in there while that's doing all that crazy nonsense. Yeah, so I do have a couple of videos with some of my scanners in them, but yeah, I'll do another one updating all my scanners. Let me just write it down so I don't forget. Actually, I'll write it right here. Let's see, we got a minute and 15 seconds for XBI to close on this candle. It needs to get back up to that 470 area. Any lower, and it's going to start dumping. See, what's Bitcoin doing? Bitcoin back up to 38,000, so keep an eye on Bitcoin and BTBT. I don't want to jump in BTBT yet because it's going straight up. It's got that resistance there, but ARDX still slowly climbing. This could be that dead cat bounce. Like I said, break it too. Okay, XBI was starting to push back up a little bit. I don't know about. AHPI. Is it getting a little action here? Oh yeah, AHPI going straight up out the gate here as well. But I still can't touch this yet. Gonna wait for a little pullback. MDGS. Proof of concept for electric vehicle wireless changing robot. Okay, I guess we'll keep MDGS on watch. Possibly could be something there. XBIO still chilling out here around this 475 area. Now hold on a second. Hold on, we're starting to get a little frisky here. Testing that 475 again. Let's see. Looks like there is some resistance at 480. AHPI should have some type of pullback here. Big indecision candle at that 740 area. You know what? Where's the bottom of this? 176. Yeah. I like a dead cat bounce, so I'm gonna hop in here on this. 200 shares if I can get filled at this 183. Come on. Fill me. Oh, well, there's only a penny difference. I'll just grab it at 184, and then I'm gonna put a stop loss right under 175. Little 10-cent stop loss there, just because one of my biggest wins ever was on a dead cat bounce like this. So it may not do anything because it is getting held up, but just on the off chance, because if it breaks 2, it has all this room back here to fill, big gap to fill if it can break 2. So we'll see. I'm just going to let that do its thing. XBIO, still a little sketchy. Good morning, Cool J. Chris Game Boss, he is no longer with Framework Fortune Holdings. I believe he is starting his own channel, from my understanding. See, EYRP out of this halt. Okay, so we got an indecision candle here on ARDX. And if this candle starts turning green and can break over 185, we'll probably see this test too. But still nothing yet on it. EYRP holding up a little bit here. I'm gonna move this downtrend here. Whoops, I made it bigger. Yeah, a little indecision on this at the moment. Okay, XBIO still slowly pushing. Trying to get through that 475. It is struggling a lot here though. Here we go, starting to move on XBIO. Now we're going to have resistance at 5, so we got to break 5 if we're going to continue to run. You may get held up there. I'm gonna add 50 more, so I got 100 shares now of XBIO to see if it's gonna break this 5 now that we've pushed up there. My average is at 481. Ooh. XPO might have just got me. You sneaky. Oh yeah. This is dumping. Try to give it a second. It's so volatile right now. I'm gonna put a stop loss right on that. What is that? 430. 434. So let's put it at 432 for now. Oops. I'm not trying to short. Leave me alone. Strong rejection off of 5 on XBIO. Yeah, I'm gonna put that. Actually, I may cut my loss here. Actually, I'm gonna put my stop loss right under 440. It's trying to hold 440, 450, but it more than likely is done because it did not need to drop like that, but we'll see. ARDX slowly just doing some stuff. UIRP still not broke out yet. We got a little downtrend. Okay, so there I was just stopped out on XBIO. XBIO got me with a little fake out. Let's see how's AHPI doing. AHPI still going straight up. I can get an entry there or not. So I lost 43 on XBIO. You dirty. Oh, come on. Did you do the. No, that's alright. Oh. Let me see what time is it. It's almost 9. UIRP kind of in this little triangle at the moment. I'll hop in 30 shares here. See if it can break 9. And break this triangle and start going again. Here we go, test to 9. Got a very quick rejection. Got a quick rejection off a 9 there. It's kind of ugly little triangle. ARDX starting to push up. Like I said, it's got to break 2. If that can break 2, it can get going. See, looks like we're going to come back up for another test of 9 here. Let's see, testing it, and ooh, almost breaking down. Still got some sellers sitting there on the ask. There we go. Now it's starting to break down a little bit. See if we can break out of this triangle. Got to get over 915 to break this triangle. I don't know who Cyper B is. He could be right. I mean, this triangle's a triangle, but he could also be very wrong. We don't know what this is going to do out of this consolidation. Like, this could easily dump out of the bottom of this triangle. It's trying to hold up. It's holding above the EMA so far. Okay, so we got a little indecision. This candle here has to turn green and push above the red candle, which it is not doing. And I'm about to hop out of this. Because it just cracked this triangle. Oh, it's an indicator? Well, it doesn't seem to be a great indicator at the moment. Unless it somehow pushes back up, but it's looking like there's a lot of selling pressure. I'm getting very close to hopping out here. Market Cyper B. Interesting. Yeah, never heard of that one. So trying to hold 850. The RDX hanging around 190 for the moment. Nothing's popped up on my scanners either. AHPI still pushing. I don't think this is going to break. I think this is about to dump. Because it's struggling to even hold 850 as support. Oh, 850 did. Okay, well, it's still trying. All the way back up to 870. So I haven't sold yet because this candle hasn't closed yet. There's always a possibility buyers could push it back up. So there's a triangle. If it somehow pushes back into the triangle, it could break out, but it's sketchy at the moment. See, AHPI still going straight up, just halted. So, Doc, I think you called that one out. Nice job if you got in there, getting some nice profits there. So So we got Works popping up a little bit. Okay, here comes ERYP. I've probably said that wrong 100 times already this morning. Gotta break 9. And then we're going to run into 950 as resistance. Oh, some big buyers just came in at the 875 area. Or actually 870. Yeah, here we go. Looks like we're going to try to test 9 here. All over the place. If this candle doesn't push back up to 9, I'm getting out. See, actually, I guess the triangle could be like that. That could be the triangle. I'm trying to pull up here for another possible test of 9. Test the 9 one more time. See if I can grab 10 more shares there, maybe. Average down a little bit, possibly. And oh, it did fill me. Filled me right there, right then. So now I got. Oh, why did it do that? Filled me 1 share out of the 10 shares I was trying to add. Yeah, there we go. Let me get that. Let me get that. Let me get that. Come on. There we go. Although I don't like the way it's dropping now. So I got 50. What'd that bring my average down to? 882. Heavy selling pressure on this. Trying to keep it under 9. Ooh, we got a big spread at the moment too. Looks like AHPI is still halted. What are you gonna do here, EYRPR? Are you gonna break out or not? Getting tired of holding this. Do something. Getting held up at 890 resistance. That's not a good sign. We need to break through that 890 pretty quickly. We don't want to sit there and hang out at 890. We want to be testing 9. Bitcoin almost up to 39,000. like that it keeps pushing back down to the bottom of these areas. Hmm. 30 seconds on this candle to close. Ooh, we might be about to crack. 850 held up again, man. 850 is trying so hard to hold up. Alright, this is the tip of the triangle. We're either going up or down here. We're either going to break 9 or we're going to crack 850 and dump. Yeah, come on back up and test. Give us another little test. Now, see, the sellers keep moving down. They keep moving down the downtrend. They were sitting at 9. They moved down to 890, and now they've moved down to 885. Need to see, at this point, we need to see 875 hold as support. We don't want to be back under 875 right now. Oof, 850 holding again, but keep testing it. How's AHPI doing? It's around 850. And see, now we're getting sellers at 875. So if this doesn't break back over 875 in a second. Okay, there we go. Nope, see, 875. There's sellers sitting there now. They've moved down. That's not what we want to see. Our resistance lines keep moving down, which is not what we want. We want our resistance lines moving up and our support moving up. There we go. Bid stacking 875. Still. What are you going to do here? Sellers at 885 again. $890 getting taken out. So we're starting to take out a lot of these sellers. So we're starting to look okay. Bid stacking at 880. Yeah. Got a minute and 30 on this candle. Needs to close over 875. It's starting to look. And just came out with some random PR. It's not even PR, it's just like an article or something on them. This is feeling heavy. But as long as we hold up and push, if we can test 9 one more time, I think we'll probably get it. AHPI coming back down. DYNT just popped up. A little bit of volume there. ARDX still just slowly climbing. That's fine. I don't mind that climbing at a slow pace. Boom? What are you booming about? You haven't had a boom yet. Now we're looking a little sketchy. I'm just going to remove that uptrend for now. See, we're just riding right down this downtrend. This is not very good. We need to break above this downtrend. Oh, there's the crack. Damn. Let's see. Do have some support at 8. Let's see. Let me check real quick what the SPY is. Yeah, SPY having a little rebound. Oh god, I gotta get out of here. This thing just started dumping even more. Alright, so that failed too. Is there anything that is not failing? Let's go through the list here. That's slowly been climbing. Barely on any volume. BTBT still looks fine. ARDX maybe be done too. FLGC with a little triangle here. And it just cracked it. We'll leave it in there for a second. MDGS, that's not doing anything. NAOV, that curled over. PRT not doing much. Intech not doing anything. XBIO not doing anything. AHPI still pushing up, but it's ran pretty big already. It's 640 to 926. It's a $3 move just about. See RL, nothing there. CPRI, it's a $58 stock. DYNT's had some good buying volume. HPI pushing for a new high at 930. EYRP doesn't look good. It looks like it's done. ARDX, that may be done as well. Let's see, what time is it? Everything's just cracking down here. Let's see the market watch. Oh yeah, you can see the market starting to turn red. Amazon's blood red. Google, Microsoft, Apple, they're turning red. So we're starting to see man, let's see, get out of ARDX. Some random little and not much volume on the NYSE. The top gainer there is $11. GYNT still moving. Break of 155, this could start running. I'm gonna keep an eye on DYNT here for a second. It's been getting nice slow buying volume, pushing it up. I'm gonna look and see if I can get a little pullback or something on it. Maybe like 148. AHPI trying to hold $9. If it can hold $9, it could continue to run possibly. SGOC. SGOC looks terrible. ARDX needs to hold where it's at. Where did DYNT go? There was a little pullback to 146. Let's let that do its thing for a second. See, works starting to pop up to 250. It's a pretty low float one. Let's see, where's that resistance at? Strong resistance at 275. I would have liked to caught this a little earlier. when this candle started pushing green. How much volume do we have? So we got this little downtrend here. Volume is so spread out. There's a bunch of different plays with volume, but little indecision candle there. If that can push back above 8, it could start moving. Let's see, SNDL. Oh, Daniel B's in the chat. He's trolling like he always does, the troll. I'm gonna go here on Works to see if it's gonna break this 250. It's trying to push back up, holding above the adaptive 10. Testing 245. Some sellers there stacking the bid. Let's see if they get taken out. Yep, there they go. They got taken out. Let's see what we look like at 250. Pulling back below the downtrend here. Got to break over this downtrend and hold. Daniel B is lying to you. He is straight up lying to you, McCowan. Don't entertain, don't feed the troll. He's setting you up to talk real crazy in just a second. He is not new to trading. He is not actually interested in hearing about your moving averages and indicators that you use, because he absolutely hates indicators and moving averages. So can't scare you. You're married for 22 years. Yeah, Daniel B's been married to my channel for 3 years. So yeah, apparently he uses the Force. He doesn't use anything at all. He just, I don't know. You'll have to ask Daniel B what his magical, mystical tricks are. He trashes everybody else's strategies, but then when you ask him about his strategy, he's just like, you got to understand the stock market. Tell him, DB. Tell him your great wise knowledge that you give everybody. That you just got to understand the stock market and read books to get as good as the great Daniel B. Hold on, just a second. Dog was going nuts. He was losing his mind. Oh, you're hungover one life. Yeah, that's a good lesson to take from one life. If you're hungover or anything like that and you're trying to day trade and you're not mentally ready, don't trade because more than likely you're going to make some mistakes. Especially if you're still a little bit drunk. Wow. Daniel B's Daniel B, I guess, hit his head and's got some type of brain damage or what? Dementia? Is that what it is, Daniel B? You're getting old and getting dementia? You can't remember anything or anybody? Well, the good thing is, buddy, you can run for president if you got dementia and you can't remember anything. And then you can literally walk up to people and say, I wiped my butt. Tell him, Claudio. Get him. Get Daniel B. $5. That's probably a stretch today. I'm looking for if it can even break. So we gotta look at the daily chart here. I mean, it's struggling to even get over 250 at the moment, and we're not really seeing anything breaking out big besides maybe eight. Well, no, AHIP's come back down. But there's resistance at 3. So even if we break 250, we're going to run into some strong resistance at 3. So 3 is kind of my first price target. If it can break 3, we're going to have resistance at 315 as well. So basically 3 to 315 is all going to be a resistance area. So that'll probably definitely, yeah, what do I got of this? 100 shares? Yeah. 3 will probably be my profit target. I'd give it a shot to try to break 3, but if it doesn't break, I'll be locking out. If we even break here, we got to break 250 first. Like, our first concern is 250. Let's see, ADRX. ADRX may... could possibly dump some more. It's having some issues getting back up, but there's just a lot of resistance before we ever get to $5. Even if we break 3 and 350, we're going to run into resistance at 4, because you can see right across here the top of this candle back at the back, and then the body of this candle on this red candle is right there at 4. So I mean, like, every 50 cents we've got resistance, and we're struggling at 250 right now. So it is also, I mean, it is, let's see, what is it, 10 million shares outstanding, so it's probably like 9 million float. So if it gets big buying volume, it is a possibility it could go up towards that $5 area, but today is not the day for that, I think, because it being Friday. Let's see this market watch. Yeah, you can see that as we're getting later in the day, more stocks are starting to turn red, so the SPY must be pulling back. Yeah, so the SPY tried to break 440 again and pulling back at the moment. So if it was like a Monday or a Tuesday and it was a hot market, then yeah, I would say worse would probably get to 5. But today being Friday and we're not seeing any huge breakouts, like this whole week has been sketchy. Daniel B., what is the proper way to learn? Can you explain that? Explain what the proper and this is all I'm going to say about it. Explain what the proper way to learn is, and explain why you've decided that is the only proper way to learn to trade. Answer me those 2 questions, buddy. That's why I said don't feed the troll, because I knew you guys were going to get him started. BTBT, since Bitcoin's going up now, it's testing 39,000. Keep an eye on BTBT for a possible breakout. Got a nice little, still riding up that trend line nicely, but got a nice little downtrend working there on BTBT. I still have my 25 shares of BTBT because I'm still waiting for Bitcoin to break 40,000. You know, I'm a millionaire. Be a millionaire and have a girlfriend that's 15 years younger than you. No, don't worry, guys. I'm not gonna let him take too much of my time. I'm gonna focus on the stocks. Trolly McTrollerson's not gonna get a rise out of me today. As you can see, we're getting rejected at 250 still. Need to see some big buying volume come in. See what's going on, FLGC. FLGC actually starting to pop again. This boy ran nice the other day. Oh, I still have 10 shares of FLGC as well from that big run the other day. Actually, I really like the way FLGC is looking on this daily chart. Because we got, let me remove this. We got a big run up, a little pullback about halfway. Yeah, I was saying this last night in the last drip. Just trying to break. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this triangle. Trying to break 750. I think I may add 10 to it. Oh, work's starting to break. There we go. Work's starting to break out finally. We got to push for a new high a day. So 256 is going to be some resistance as well. We want to see bid stack at 250. I don't like that big upper wick on FLGC. I'm going to give that a little more time before I think about an entry. Let's see. We're going to test. Let's see, got started at 254. They got taken out. 255. Here we go, pushing for a new high a day. Let's see how far we can push. Like I said, $3 is my profit target on this. I don't foresee 275 being an issue, but it very well could be, so just be aware of that. But we're looking like we're going to start moving here. 265, a little selling there on the ask. We don't want to get held up at 265. Daniel B's been around for a long time. He's been around since the beginning of the channel. And, you know, he trolls, but sometimes he has like a small piece of valuable information. But like I said, it's best not... Look at the sellers at 260. Or at one big seller. Let's see if he can get taken out, because that's going to be a problem. Okay, they're starting to take him out. Yeah, okay, no problems there. Never mind. Testing 265 again. Let's see if we can break down. We need buying volume to come in. Well, the fact 265 is a problem is not good. Why are we getting hung up at 265? Let's see. Is there some resistance right at that area that I didn't see? Oh, yeah, there's a little bit at 265. FLGC had a pullback. BTBT still consolidating. ARDX getting very close to selling off. Move that downtrend for now. Well, Daniel B, that's a stretch. Saying you're honest because you that's a stretch. While you may be honest to yourself, you're honest about your opinions. That doesn't mean that your opinions are right, but uh, your offer on Cipher B. What is your offer on Cipher B? I'll hear it out. I'll hear your offer out. So we're trying to retest 265 again here. Here we go. Testing. There we go. I was going to say it's 265. Shouldn't be getting held up like that. And it's still getting held up at 265. This might be... This might be a slow mover all day. Really don't like that it's having this much problem in this area. Um, I'm green on 3 positions and red on 3 positions at the moment. They're right here on the side of the screen, Daniel B. You see my P&L day right there. And I took 2 early losses on these two, on XBIO and ERYP, that just took souls, took my soul, just dropped hard out of their little breakdowns of their patterns. Let's see. It looks like Works is going to consolidate. Like it's just going to probably have a little pullback and then go sideways again for a little bit before another breakout. It needs to, as long as it can stay above 250. 250 was old resistance. We need 250 to hold as new support. So EYRP got you too, Daniel B. It was a quick crackdown on it. And same thing on XBIO. Both of them just cracked down like boom like that. I don't know, this one I may have to hold for a while today. Yeah, ARDX trying to hold 175. This is his last chance to hold if it's going to make a dead cat bounce. There's a lot of, well, it's 100 million in shares, so it's a slow mover. Oh, MKTW went on a nice run. This was one I was talking about last night in the last rip. I should start listening to myself on the last rip. I should just watch the last rip episodes in the morning before I start trading, because I've been calling out some plays and then ignoring them, and they keep going up. And that's kind of dumb on my part. EDU finally running. Let's take a look at EDU. Oh, EDU's got 1 billion in shares. This is not going to move very fast. Yeah, I don't want nothing to do with that. 1 billion shares is not what I'm day trading. I'm not knocking it, but this is going to move too slow for me. So we're testing that 250 support now on Works. But it looks like no. Oh yeah, the SPY's are gonna drop some more. The SPY's on a downtrend, so this could mess up a lot of trades. Cause if it doesn't break over this downtrend here, back over 39.25, the SPY's gonna drop down again to 438. That's a little sketchy. So now it's just going to be a waiting game on Works. This may be one I have to hold all day. If it continues just to slowly build up, I mean, we got a little bit of a uptrend forming. BTBT. Bitcoin's at 39,000. BTBT's very close. Oh, BTBT's starting to break out right now. Oh boy. Let's see, where we got to break? Let's remove this. We got to break 954. That's the top of this resistance for BTBT to really get going. Work's still trying to hold up. BTBT, this is another one I've been talking about all week. Should have listened to myself. Should have added more. I mean, I've got some of BTBT, but not as much as I'd like to have. Look at this beautiful rip, though. Beautiful, beautiful rip. See, it works. What we got? We got 30 seconds on this candle to close. Need to see it close above 250 here. So there is some buyers. Got this little wick when the candle pushes down and then gets pushed back up, and you get this little wick on the downside. That's buying pressure pushing it back up. So there is buyers trying to hold it above 250. Oh, Bitcoin. EDU is too high a float. It's 1 billion in shares. So I mean, it's too high a float for me. I don't want to trade it because it would take all day probably for it to run, even though I might be sitting in works all day for it to run anyway. But 1 billion in shares is just not going to move that fast unless it gets a ton of volume, and I don't see it getting that much volume today. The Bitcoin almost pushed back to... No, it didn't. I thought it did. What did I read? Okay, well, never mind. If Bitcoin can break over 40,000 today, BTBT will probably break over that resistance at that 955 area. Now it works back down to the downtrend, or back down to the uptrend. See if this uptrend holds. Okay. Whoops. Get out of here. ARDX did hold 175 support so far. But not doing very much at the moment. Volume kind of dying off of this little dead cat. And we're starting to crack. Yeah, market's starting to turn red. Or turn more red, I should say. Yeah, look, SPY still riding down that downtrend. Let's see. Just keeping an eye on Bitcoin for that break of 40. Oh yeah, it is different. I mean, if you're... Sometimes you might get some high float stocks that can run, but majority of the time, the biggest, quickest runners where you're going to make the biggest, quickest money is going to be on the lower float stocks. So, and I consider low float stocks 100 million and less and below. The swing trading, it doesn't matter quite as much about the float size. But you're trying to get quick moves. Works is starting to crack down. This may be done. Cracking that downtrend and the purple. DMA, I may have to get out here. Thank you, Kevin. Kathy Woods bought MTSL. I shouldn't have took as many trades today. I knew today was going to be sketchy. Wait. Let's see. So that trend line's cracked. Works has to bounce back up like right now. Needs to come back up over 240 and 250. I'm not going to risk much more on this. I'm going to put a stop loss. Put it right there. Let's see if works can continue. I got my stop loss in on ADRX, but nothing happening there. Big upper wick here on BTBT. You see a lot of selling pressure above this, what is that, 865 area. Sellers pushing that body of that candle all the way down. C8, let me move these lines. What? Hold on, guys. I'll be right back. All right. So HAPI not doing anything. Where are we at on everything else? Works actually trying to build some support at this 235 area. If it can hold up there, and ARDX just still hanging out at 175, so probably nothing there. BTBT is consolidating for another possible move. Yeah, the market's turning redder and redder as we're going. Yeah, MTSL. Oh, SBET. That's what you said. That's what it was. Okay, I remember. It was MTSL changed to SBET, and Kathy Woods bought it. So let's take a look at it. So that's a gaming company. Not doing very much at the moment. Barely any volume on it. I think this one would be one to watch for next week. I don't think it's going to do much today. At least not at the moment. Let's see here. Works may crack. It's got to stay above at 232. We don't. If it drops below the bottom of this green candle, it'll crack down. And it looks like it may crack here. See, the adaptive gray is starting to cross down to the downside of the purple. So this candle has to hold up where it's at. It can't drop any lower. What works is going to be done for a little bit. Oh, good. ARDX starting to come back up a little bit. BLIN. That guy's coming back alive a little bit. Oh, yeah, BLIN. It's actually a good daily chart. Look at the daily chart there. You had a green candle, a little small red candle, and now bullish engulfing on the daily trying to push up. Yeah, I just got stopped out on works. That cracked down. So that's done. So I'm about at $100. Yeah, 80. About $87 I'm down on the day, which would be what I'm down on the week. Because Monday and Tuesday started out rough, was down about $300 to start the week, and then I had that good day on Wednesday where I made most of it, or pretty much all of it, back on 2 trades. And then yesterday was just a little break-even day, and now today I'm in the red. Should have been a little more cautious today, especially because that's all I've been saying for the last 2 days is Friday's going to be a wonky day, and that's what we're seeing so far. Oh yeah, SPY cracking down pretty hard here. You can see the whole market is almost red. Still just sliding right down that downtrend. We are still in this channel, but crack of 437 will be out of this channel. It may try to hold this channel all day. BLIN needs a pullback. It would have been nice to catch BLIN right here in this consolidation. That would have been the ideal area. But we've had what, 7 green candles in a row, so it's got to be getting close to a pullback, unless it just all of a sudden just shoots up possibly. But HPI, it's got to break this downtrend if it's going to continue to run. TAOP is probably done for the day. Yeah, that's garbage. XBIO still hanging in that 450 area. If XBIO comes back up to 475, it could start moving again. It had its run late yesterday. EYRP. EYRP trying to build back up to 8. If it can break above 8, there could be something there. Well, it looks like BLIN, yeah, it's still popping. Very nice rip there on BLIN. Break a 7, BLIN could run up to 8 pretty easily. There's not any, well, there's a little bit of resistance at 750. But I did say I'm down 87, but I'm not counting BTBT or FLGC, which I'm up on both of these. BTBT might try to make another move, holding up this 10 adaptive. Works selling off, but trying to hold this area now that held before at 225. See HPI trying to test the downtrend. Team. Let's see what is going on with team. Let's see what you guys got. You got team, and then Codex. Codex is one I was saying, I think, at the beginning of the week to keep an eye on, but it hadn't done nothing all week. Let's see. Team, 250 million shares. This is a large cap. Are you trying to trade? Are you trying to day trade this? You got a trend line right there. I don't know what you're trying to do with it, but it does have a trend line that could drop all the way back to 320. I don't see any news. It doesn't look very good right now. Very low volume as well. Codex. Oh, yeah. So, okay, this is why I was saying keep Codex on watch. So it got rejected there, but I think this is one to keep a watch on for next week. But the daily chart on Codex is this big downtrend. So break of this downtrend, Codex could start running, and that's why I like it for next week. It does have some resistance, real strong resistance at 15. But if it can close over the 200-day moving average today, maybe even break 11, we could see it start running next week. But I like it for next week. Right now, today, there's not much I like for the day so far. I mean, at BLIN still going straight up. Like BLIN is going to have a pullback at some point. Could be a possible play. HAPI actually just broke this downtrend, so it needs to break right across that 865 area to get going again. Give AHPI a second because it's still struggling with this resistance here. BTBT still consolidating. Yeah, right now HPI looks like a possible play. Let's see. How do I generate your day trading possibilities from your scan list? So when I show my scanners here, because I'm almost done trading, I don't have a lot of funds left. I'm looking for maybe one more. I just got stopped out on ARDX. That one dropped too, so I'm down. So I lost 20 on that one. I don't know. I may not even take another trade at this point. So now I'm down about 100, a little over 100, 110. AHPI, can you break out here? But when I show my scanners here in just a few minutes, I'll go over how I scan for them and find the stocks to trade that I trade. But there is videos in the day trading playlist lesson, or the day trading lesson playlist, I should say, that explain all, pretty much everything that you need to know for the most part. There's probably like a few things I still haven't covered yet, but the day trading playlist lesson has a lot in it. I'll get you the link for that real quick so you don't have to go dig through the channel looking for it. I'm gonna hop in here on AHPI. I'm gonna see if this can get a quick pop up, see if I can make some of these losses back off. Because AHPI does look like it's gonna try to test 9. Let's see.
Trade crude.
I don't know what I just clicked. But if it doesn't break 9 here, it's going to get rejected. But having the 10-day adaptive crossing back over the purple, so that's why I hopped in there. And that's a strategy I should be sticking to because it works. The other stuff I've been doing today has not been quite the strategy. Kind of veered from the strategy today, and it's costing me. That's why you gotta stick to your strategy. Stick to your trading plan. I have ignored my trading plan today, and it is costing me. There we go. Starting to break out on AHPI. We'll see if this one can continue or not. All right, there's the link. That is the link to the day trading lesson playlist. Bunch of lessons in there. Let's see, what else do we got? Our 50s and 200s are pretty different. I'm using EMAs. Yeah, I do run after hours. You don't. I run after. The reason why I run after hours and pre-market is because there can be some support and resistance in those. So like, let's look at what's a good, what was one? Okay, so like EYRP, without having pre-market on and after hours, I wouldn't know that this 850 area was a very strong area of resistance because it was support back here, held as resistance through here. So that's why I have my after hours and pre-market on. Let's hop over here back to HAPI. And getting rejected still at $9. We gotta break 9 strong and start holding 9 as support. Don't those correct when the market opens? I'm not exactly sure what you mean by that. I don't know I've never heard. Sicilian, you overslept this whole week. Well, that was probably it's probably a good thing you did because the early mornings have not been good for day trading these low floats. We're just getting quick little pops here and there. Now that we've gotten later in the day, we're starting to see some bigger moves though. Like BLIN took off up to 7 something. And that's pretty much it for now, basically. And AHPI possibly. If AHPI can break 9 here, then it could start running again. But it's struggling. What am I going to watch this weekend? Well, I'm not sure what you're asking me there, Tony. Yeah, the after hours and pre-market. Yeah, it's not that it causes a gap up or a gap down. I mean, a gap up or gap down is just the word. It's just like saying, basically, essentially, that the price ran up in pre-market. That would be a gap up. So, I mean, it's kind of up to you, your personal preference, if you want to use the after hours and pre-market. But like I said, I use it just for support and resistance. Like AHPI, there's no really resistance in pre-market or after hours on this. We're way above anything. This is way down here. But like I said, on even BTBTC, because I can see after hours right here. This line right across there, this 832, that was resistance in after hours, and then it held up as resistance right here. Multiple candles hit until it finally broke out. So I feel like if you're not using pre-market and after hours for support and resistance, you could be missing some key areas, and you can even see it back through here. Right there where it was resistance here and here. So that actually confirms 3 times that was resistance. That was going to be very strong resistance. AHPI is coming back down. Not able to hold, we're trying to hold this support, but we are still above the EMAs. We just have a downtrend that started now. Yeah, price action and fundamentals will definitely help you. Price action is the biggest thing. That's like one of the, like, I use indicators and stuff, but like what I like to say to a lot of new traders is try to trade a naked chart first without the EMAs or any indicators. No VWAP, nothing. Just use the naked chart and the volume bars and level 2 and time and sells. And what that's going to do, or at least for me, because I learned the backwards way, I like to call it. I learned how to use indicators and all that stuff first and didn't understand price action. And that kind of handicapped me for a little while. So I basically had to kind of forget everything about EMAs and indicators and just focus on only trading a naked chart off of the price action and the supply and demand of the level 2 and time and sells. And I think that'll help you learn that price action first before you start using indicators. And then once you're a little more comfortable, you actually can trade decently enough without any indicators. Then you can start adding in some indicators and trying them out and see what works for you and what doesn't. Yeah, Sicilian, you're right, buddy. You are definitely right. I should be green on the week, honestly. A lot of the trades I took, I was green on for a little bit and just didn't lock them in. Even today, I was green for a minute on ARDX and Works. You know, I held Works from 241 up to 268. That was 25 cents. I don't know why I didn't lock that in. But there's been multiple plays like that this week, which happens about every week with me because emotions are the hardest thing to control. And I try my best to be a robot, but being a robot is very hard. Yep. There's a video in that playlist lesson that says the thumbnail is WTF is level 2. You do okay swing trading with your own rig. Swing trading, I'm not as not as good at, if you want to consider me good at day trading. I don't really like to consider myself. Let me say it this way. I'm not as experienced at swing trading. So like I do swing trade. Like I've been swing trading BTBT and FLGC pretty much all week. Well, FLGC since Wednesday and BTBT I think since Monday. But those were day trades where I locked out all of the profit except for a couple like 10 shares just to let them run. It wasn't like I purposely took a swing trade. A lot of times if I'm up quite a bit in profit like on AHPI, or not AHPI, but which AHPI may crack here. I may have to hop out of this. Like BTB, was it BTBT? No, FLGC. That FLGC, I won. I made about $250 on Wednesday with. I locked out all my profits except for 10 shares. So I'm still holding 10 shares of FLGC. So I don't know if that's really considered swing trading. I mean, it kind of is because I am holding it more than one day, but that 10 shares on FLGC is all profit. Like it could go to zero and I still would at least made $200 on that trade. Oh well, you're doing pretty good, McCowan. I mean, if you're averaging 28% to 35%, you're doing good. I mean, you're beating inflation by a lot, so that's what you want to do. That's one of the things I try to get like new entrepreneurs to understand is like we've been brainwashed to think we need savings accounts and 401ks, but a savings account is only 2% interest at max on your money. And the Federal Reserve has straight out told us for years that they want inflation to stay at 2%. So if you put your money in a savings account, you're actually not saving any money, you're losing money. The inflation steals your purchasing power. But 20-30% a year, that's good. That's not bad at all. Like I said, you're beating inflation, you're beating all the other stuff. I'm assuming since you have a holdings after your name, you have a business, which I highly recommend if you become a day trader that you do it as a business or start a separate business because the capital gains taxes can add up on day trading quite a bit, and you can offset those by having a business and using the business for the write-offs that you use it for, so you can kind of balance out that capital gains tax, because the biggest goal of an entrepreneur is to not give the government your money. The government does not need your money. They can't even handle the money that they get. I'm not even going to get started on that. That's just going to make me go crazy. But you don't want to be giving the government your money. Real estate, guns, yeah, there you go. Very nice. Yeah, so as long as you got other stuff, real estate's one of the best. Real estate, you get so many tax benefits. That's what I tell people too. Like, at some point, you don't have to be like a huge real estate investor, but it's nice to own some real estate. And I just was talking about REITs. Well, I didn't even talk about REITs yesterday, but I was saying we did a giveaway, membership giveaway to the Framework Fortune website yesterday, and what is a REIT was my question for that giveaway. So, I mean, you don't even have to invest in physical real estate if you don't want to, but I prefer it myself. But there is other ways to invest in real estate without actually having to go and take care of a property. So a REIT is a real estate investment trust, and they're required by law to pay out 90% of their profits as dividend payments to the shareholders. So when you buy into a REIT, you're buying into a real estate company that owns either properties or mortgages, something like that. And they have tax benefits too. So it's all about learning the system. And if you do have your own business or starting your own business and you're trading and investing and all of that, get a CPA. I don't care how much you have to pay your CPA will save you so much money. Because the tax system is ridiculous. I've tried to learn it, but the government has made it so hard to learn that you have to get a specialist. If you file using TurboTax or H&R Block or any of that trash can stuff, those people are not actually accountants. There's like one CPA per store, and everybody else just work on the computer and use a program to do it all. They can miss a whole lot of things very easily, and more often than not do miss a lot of things. So you might be thinking you're saving money by using those crappy services, but in reality you're probably losing a bunch of money because CPAs, they know what to do. You want a good CPA. Oh God! Oh jeez! Hey, there you go, man. Well, it sounds like you got it all together, man. You just need to work on your trading. Sounds like you're trying to get better. So appreciate you coming to my channel, and sounds like there's some stuff that people could learn from you. So I hope you stick around. I like having other entrepreneurs who've accomplished some things and have experience. Oh, let's see, AHIP, you're going to break down here on me. This may break down. Well, I just got that 15 shares, so where'd I get in at? 879. BLIN still running, so Brian, nice call out on BLIN because that thing just is still ripping. It's not slowing down at all. Works is down still. EYERP down still. If EYRP could get back over 8, it possibly could come back alive, but still bearish at the moment. BT is just consolidating. It's kind of waiting on Bitcoin. Bitcoin's still just going sideways, holding 39,000 at the moment. Your employees are dumber than a bag of wet squirrels, or what are you saying? Are you calling yourself dumber than a bag of wet squirrels? If that is your saying, you must be like me. You must be from the South. Because my saying is dumber than a beaver in a badger hole. Oh, you're dumber than a bag of wet squirrels. I can't. I don't believe that for a minute, man. You sound like you got it all figured out for the most part. Time for a shakeup in HR. How is oil up continuing to climb and the oil stocks are running sideways to down? That's because the stock market is manipulated. they with oil rising, what's probably happening because of inflation and everything, the institutions and the hedge funds cannot get, they can't, like, you can't go in and buy $1 billion of a stock. So more than likely, if the institutions think oil is going to continue to go up, which more than likely it is going to, they are holding those stocks down purposely while they fill their positions. So what they'll do is they will slowly build positions, and then as the stock goes up some, they'll sell some of their position and keep a little bit of shares, and then they'll wait again for it to dip, hold it down, and they'll buy back in, let it run up again, sell again, take a little bit more shares. So they're making money while they're building their positions, but it usually takes them a while to build a position, because if you just go in, like if you were to buy $1 million worth of AHPI right now, it would spike insanely. Like it would be an insane spike. And then you would lose all your money because everybody who's been holding down through here would be selling their shares, so you'd get dumped on. I mean, they just can't do it that way. They have to slowly move in. So that would be my speculative guess to that, Elvis, is that if oil's continuing to run, then they're holding it down. They're holding the stocks down purposely. Let's take a look here at the indexes and see what's going on here. So the dollar having a little. Oh, here, let me go to my daily chart. Actually, I just use my 4-hour chart. I like my 4-hour chart. Oh yeah, so the dollar's still down, trying to rebound a little bit. Gold having a little pullback today. Let me go on to the daily chart. It's hard to see everything. Gold kind of still in the bottom of this big consolidation triangle. Silver looking decent. So oil's going up after a big pullback there. And the dollar strengthened a little bit against multiple currencies except for the ruble. The Russian ruble is not looking too good. Or the dollar, I'm not the Russian ruble. The US dollar is not looking good against the ruble. Yeah, that would be my guess. That's the only thing I could think of that would Happy Friday, Jay Kratz. But like I said, I don't have a lot of experience in oil stocks. Are you kidding me, AHPI? Oh yeah, I'm still in AHPI. Never mind. I thought I got stopped out on this, but because it's coming back up. I'm just cussing at myself for no reason. Yeah, it's coming back up to test 9 again. There we go, starting to break 9. I'm not a big fan of oil stocks or oil trading it or investing in it as a commodity. It's just not my thing. I just don't like the oil industry. The research is really boring. So I don't know quite as much. I'm only going off of commodities, what they kind of do in general. I'm more of a gold and silver guy, precious metals guy than a oil guy. Just to be honest, I mean, I don't even know hardly any of the oil stocks. But that's the good thing about having a community. See, we got some, we got Jay Kratz in here, seems to be talking about some oil stocks, and Daniel B, he does a little oil stocking, I think. You want to know about gold and silver? I can tell you all about that, but oil's just not my strong suit. Just never liked those stocks. There's a lot of that. This is what you got to keep in mind. Everything I've been saying about the shenanigans the government's trying and all this stuff. Uh, the Federal Reserve manipulating, pumping money into the market. There's a lot of weird manipulation going on. So that's the thing. Like everything, and that's why I'm not in any stocks long anymore. I'm completely out of the stocks besides my trades my swing trades I'm in and what I'm currently in right now. We are getting a little pop on AHPI here. If it can break 950, we could see it up to 10, and then break at $10, it could go nuts. So we'll see. On my little 15 shares here. I got that, Jay Kratz. I got that. That was good. I gotta act that one out. For you guys who don't get that joke he's making, he's talking about Biden, saying Biden whisper in your ear, "Come on, man, buy some more. Buy some more, man. I wipe my own butt." Here we go, coming up to 950 right now for a test. Breaking 950. Let's go. Let's get on up to that 10. I want to see a $10 break AHPI. Ooh, we are getting real close to 10. Pushed right through 975. But now we're getting held up there for a second. But that was a good push through it. Got to 990. So 10 is going to be very strong resistance. See if we can get this break here or not. But those for you who are new to the channel, I am super, super bearish on the stock market. Super bearish. Like, I think we're going to have a massive correction at some point. Either this year or next year. Yeah, if a lot of the oil stocks are consolidating, then it's probably what I said. The institutions are holding the prices down so they can fill all their positions. That would be my guess. Let's see, SXTC just popped up on the scanner. All the cool kids are doing it. This candle's fixing to close. If we got 30 seconds, if this candle can close over 950, that would be a strong close, and we could see another green bar up possibly for that break at 10. AHPI is super low float though. Looking like it's gonna close right under 950. Got a little selling at 955. There we go. And looks like we're going to test 975 again here. Yep, right through 975, through 980. Support is building at 975. Very good sign. If that 975 can continue to build. There we go. There we go. Okay, you're starting to get bids at 980. Breaking through 990. Oh, we're going to get this $10 break. You got it in you, AHPI. You're almost there. You're trying. Bid's still trying to stack at 975. $975 seems to be holding. Oh yeah, bid's really stacking now on 975. So, oh, they just got taken out. So, some bids stacking at 970. I don't know, they got taken out too. So AHPI really struggling to even get to 10. We're back above 975 again. Getting all over the place with the bid and ask. Orders coming through all over. All right, testing 9. Oh. Let's see. Oh, you've reduced your holdings in stock by almost 50%. 50%. Yeah, I don't blame you. It is all overinflated with fake money, and yeah, there will be a correction. Exactly. We're on the same page. Energy ETFs will be strong moving forward. I think so too. I think clean energy is only. I mean, it's before the government was trying to force clean energy on everybody. The free market was already handling it. I mean, Tesla was Tesla, so the markets are going that way anyway. Just to solve problems. That's what free markets do. Entrepreneurs solve problems and make things better. And oil is messy. It stinks. You gotta destroy. You gotta dig in the ground for it. Which you gotta dig in the ground for gold and silver. And I'm very biased on my gold and silver. I love gold and silver, but it's not as messy as oil, and it also doesn't burn things. Gold and silver just shine. So AHPI is probably going to sit here and consolidate for a few minutes in this area. It could actually be done too, though. Let's see. Yeah, well, actually, the infrastructure plan will also give some buying volume to silver. They need silver for a lot of the carbonizing of the whatever, the steel or whatever they need for infrastructure, for roads and all of that nonsense. So there, if that deal goes through, there will be a demand for silver, and we already know physical silver is a little bit trickier to come by now these days. No, you're right, Elvis. Oil's not going to go away for a while. I mean, the windmills that they push for have oil. They're lubed with oil so they can continue to run. So, that's why it's really funny when you hear people talking about windmills better than fossil fuels. It's like you do realize it takes oil to run those windmills. All right, guys. I got to take about um, a 5-10 minute break here. I'm gonna keep an eye on AHPI on my phone, and then when I get back, we'll take a look at my scanners real quick and do a little mini lesson on the stocks, how to find the stocks that I trade and how trades. Yeah, uranium is definitely a good play. Uranium nuclear power plants are actually the most cleanest energy that we have access to right now. Well, the most cleanest and the most powerfulest. But, alright, guys, give me about 10 minutes here. I'll be right back, and then we'll go over that lesson. All right, I'm back. So AHPI is consolidating. I forgot I got I got a meeting and a recording session with Liam from Confident in Crypto coming up here shortly. So I'm gonna dive into this lesson right away here while AHPI is consolidating. It may try to break out. It's looking pretty decent. It's nice consolidation so far, right below 10. So I have a bunch of different scanners. Uh, let's see. I'm trying to catch up on these comments real quick. So McCowan, okay, he's. I'll try to wait on him for a minute before I start the lesson. Boy, yeah, Sam, my dog is an expert at trading things, apparently. So, Lori, this is what I'll say, because pretty much there's going to be manipulation in any investment. That's why it's so important to do your due diligence and understand. And I've got a video. Here we go, starting to break over 10, but I've got a video that's going to be coming out soon that is going to be how to survive in a broken economy, and it's going to be probably about a 45-minute video. It's going to be one of the longest videos that I've put out. But I cover a lot of different stuff, and kind of what Daniel B's getting at is the value and price is different. It's different because anything marked in US dollars, that is a price, and the US dollar has no value other than the government's word. It's not backed by anything. So they can manipulate the currency, and that means they can manipulate the price. And what Daniel B is saying is the value of that t-shirt, it doesn't cost that much to make that t-shirt. It's only like $1 or $2 value, but people will pay $20 because that's the price they see it for. But that t-shirt's not worth $20. And that applies across the board to a lot of assets right now. So as far as investing long term, anything can happen. So there's nothing that is a safe bet per se. There's nothing that is going to be safe. The only way you can be safe is make sure that you've done your research, and that you're keeping an eye on it. So you either have a good till canceled stop limit loss order or whatever, something like that, on those long-term investments in case something happens, because you never know what's going to happen. And right now we're in unprecedented times. So there's not, any investment, no matter what it is going to have risk. Like you hear people say OTC stocks are not safe. you hear people say these low float penny stocks are not safe for the stocks I'm in now. But, Apple, if they come out with bad earnings, Apple can drop $50 or $100. If for some reason Elon does make it to Mars or to the moon and they start mining for silver and gold, well, now there's going to be a big price drop in silver and gold because there's going to be a brand new supply. So it's like I said the other day, that saying I took from that one guy, I forgot the guy's name, but you can't control how much you make. You can only control how much you lose. I kind of disagree with that statement, Daniel B. As far as day trading, goes, you don't really need to know about all the manipulation other than pump and dumps. I mean, if you're keeping tight stop losses and you're only trading the stocks that have the most potential, then it doesn't really matter about all the other stuff. Like the inflation and all that's not going to affect AHPI's stock price today. A lot of this stuff that we're talking about is long-term stuff. Like the SPY could drop and affect AHPI's prices, but that's psychological. That it's investors see the SPY dropping or the overall market dropping and they get skittish and they keep their money on the sideline. They don't want to put it in stocks. So you'll see volume kind of drop off from things in the short term. But the following day, Monday, we're going to come back Monday, and it's probably going to be a hot Monday because it's the beginning of a new market or a new month, and day traders are going to be excited and hype. So they're going to come in with their money, and whether or not it would be a good day or not, who knows? But it could be a very hot day, more than likely. We could see it. We'll probably see a lot of volume. Definitely more volume than today, I would imagine. Unless we have the big correction. I don't know when that correction's coming, but it could come at any time. So, but yes, for even though I disagree with Daniel B's statement as far as day trading, I do agree with it as an entrepreneur. As an entrepreneur, you don't only want to know how the stock market works. You want to know how economics works, and not garbage Keynesian economics. It's worth researching Keynesian economics just to see what it's about, but it's garbage. That is the whole reason why America's in the place it is right now, because Keynesian economists believe that you can just print money and invest it into the economy, and that's going to help the economy. Problem with that whole ideology is because it's an investment, there is risk, and if that investment doesn't work, well, guess what? You just used a whole bunch of taxpayers' dollars and lost it. Just like if you were taking a day trade and lost the money. So you want to look more at the classic Austrian economics that is strongly built on the foundation that supply and demand is a law of nature, not a construct of man. And that's one of the things I talk about in that video that's coming out soon, is what I mean by the laws of nature, or supply and demand being a law of nature. Real quick, simply, just to push this point through. If there is a alligator in a river, and the river is full of fish, and he's the only alligator, well, the alligator, when he gets hungry, he is going to have a demand for food. He's going to be hungry. So the supply, because the river is full of fish, that alligator doesn't have to work that hard. He doesn't have to move around. He doesn't have to exert hardly any energy. So because there's a bunch of supply and the alligator is the only demand, then those fish they're abundant. It's not like he's got to exert power, energy, or time. Whereas if there was 3 alligators in the river and there's only 3 fish, or let's say there's only 1 fish and 3 alligators. Well, now those 3 alligators got to fight over the one fish. So now they're exerting energy. It's going to take time for them to battle it out. They're going to cause damage to each other. So their demand for that one fish is going to be a lot higher than the demand from that alligator who's chilling in the river by himself with all the fish. So it's not a law or a construct that humans made up. Supply and demand is just the name for this natural law that has existed since the beginning of time. And a lot of ideologies nowadays completely ignore supply and demand. So you're literally ignoring nature by ignoring supply and demand. And that's what Austrian economics does, is ignore that supply and demand. But you think of a lot of different things in nature where supply and demand is very relevant. It just isn't, you just wouldn't think of it as supply and demand, but that's exactly what it is. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not, like I said, I got to get going here shortly to do this meeting and recording with Liam from Confident in Crypto, one of our partner channels. If you haven't checked out Liam, just YouTube Confident in Crypto. There's also, I think, a link in the top of the banner. And Liam might be joining us. He might be joining us on frameworkfortune.com. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know if he is or not. I'm gonna see if I can get him on there, because Liam is way more knowledgeable about cryptos than I am. I just like to trade cryptos and gain some interest on them. But anyway, let's dive into this lesson real quick, and then I got to get going. Because if I get into a whole government rant, we could be here all day. And America's issues. Let's just not go there. So I'll do this video on the scanners and release it later today, because I have multiple scanners. So if I show you all my scanners right now, this Sways one, this is a subscriber. He's not been around in a while. I wish he'd come back around, because he's the one who made this scanner. But this scanner is good for getting a few things. I have this high a day scanner, and then I have this percent NYSE and percent NASDAQ scanners as well. So I have quite a bit of scanners, and I have a few other scanners too, like this dividend scanner, but I will show you guys how those are set up in that video. But basically, when you're looking for stocks to day trade, at least the way that I day trade, because everybody is a little bit different. Some people are shorters. People like Daniel B trade like more of the mid caps, that like the $50 to $100 range stocks. I trade $1 to $20. That's my price range that I like to stay in. So that's the first criteria, is price. I want to stay between $1 and $20 because I can buy the most shares there. If it is a $100 stock, I can't buy that many shares, so that stock really has to rip. If it's a $5 stock and I buy 200 shares or 100 shares, well, that stock only needs to go from $5 to $6 for me to make $100 off 100 shares. We see that all the time. So that's the first criteria, is the price range, and that's how my scanners are always going to be set up first. I do have it as a minimum as 100 on this scanner, just because we have seen some higher price stocks move, but normally I would keep it under 20. Next criteria, volume. And this is the number one important criteria of all trading, all investing, all everything. Because volume is simply the amount of shares traded in a time period. So if it's like on HPI right now, these are 5-minute candles. So on this green candle here, This was 2.73 million in volume. So there was 2.73 million shares of AHPI bought and sold back and forth in this 1 5-minute time frame. If you're trading a stock that does not have volume, or investing in a stock that doesn't have volume, it's not going to move very fast. Volume are the buyers and the sellers. So buying volume is going to be demand, selling volume is going to be supply, and you want to see more demand like this, like when AHPI started running 7 green candles in a row, a lot of buying and a lot of buying volume, and you get a nice push up. So first criteria, $1 through $20. You can adjust that to whatever price range you want to trade. Second criteria, volume. I want stocks that are at least in the morning at pre-market. I want to see stocks at least with 500,000 in volume, preferably 1 million. I don't like stocks that are under 500,000 because they usually look like dookie. And I'm going to see if I can find one. What's a random stock? What's one that wouldn't have any volume? Let's see. Do I have any on here that don't have any volume? So SBET. Yeah, so like this right here. This is no volume. You're not getting any fluid moves. You're getting jagged top squares of candles. Just nothing going there. And when it did get a little volume, it did pop up. But then it just now is just, looking the same, not doing anything. It's barely moved today. It's moved from 650 to 685 at one little pop, and that was all. So volume, price. The third criteria, float. The amount of shares offered to the public. Because we're trading supply and demand, the amount of shares is going to be the supply of shares that anybody can buy. Well, we want one fish in the river. We don't want 150 million fish in the river, and there's only 10 of us alligators trying to get those 150 fish. We're going to have plenty of supply, so we're not going to get very much movement out of the price. So we need to have a low supply, so when high demand comes in, the prices will spike. So on my scanners, I always have shares in here, and I put a maximum of 300 million. And that's just a little leeway, but preferably I like my floats on my stocks to be under 50 million. So everything I've took today, XBIO, 8.7 million shares, EYRP, 26 million shares, Works, 10 million shares, and all of them over 10 million in volume. Now, these didn't work out, but AHPI is kind of working out right now. Having a little dump back there. Let's see, we got a little trend line maybe. Yeah, we do have a little trend line trying to hold up. But 4 million in shares, 67 million in volume. So that's the next criteria, is low float. The last one is a catalyst. And a catalyst can be good PR. It can be a chart pattern. So like on AHPI, it did not have any PR today, but it has a decent daily chart pattern. It's above all EMAs, which is what I try to look for, is only trade stocks above all the EMAs, because then they're above that resistance. But this had basically this had a triangle here on the daily chart. Let me get my little drawy button. So you can see that was a triangle, and it broke out today over this triangle. So that was the catalyst. It had volume. It started consolidating after this big pop, and then finally breaking out of that triangle. Like I said, it can be good news. Phase 3 positive results, FDA approval, mergers, agreements, anything positive for a company can be a catalyst. And then if you can get something more I like to see good PR and a chart pattern. If I see it's in my price range, it's low float, it has good PR and a good chart pattern, that is a very high potential stock to rip. So that's the four criteria I look for. Between $1 and $20, at least $1 million in volume, under $50 million in float, and some type of catalyst. And those stocks are the ones that where you get these big rips. I'm in AHPI still, yeah. I mean, it is dropping, but it's got this uptrend here. And like I said, on the daily, it did break this triangle. So it did get rejected at 10, having a little pullback. But I've only got 15 shares, so I mean, I'm not risking a whole lot on this. But as long as it holds this uptrend here, which $9 was strong resistance. You can draw it right across there. If I can get this, whatever. My lines are never straight. You can see where multiple candles hit right here as resistance. This held up as support on this candle. Held up as support on this candle. Then it dropped below. Resistance, resistance, and then finally a breakthrough. So this old resistance should turn into new support. If it doesn't turn into new support, then it will continue to sell off. But $9 should hold here. It's trying to. You can see buyers have pushed that wick, even though he dropped below $9. The buyers pushed that wick back up. So we're testing $9 support right now, and it is starting to crack a little bit. So yeah, this may be done. If it can't hold up here, if it dumps any lower than this, it's going to be done. Whew, yeah, the market's turning redder and redder. SPY's still kind of going sideways. I'm gonna start charging for Sam's barks. That dog eats he's a hungry dog, man. He's struggling. He needs more dog food and bacon bits, or what are those treats called? be charging people bacon strips. That's what they're called. I'm gonna charge bacon strips for Sam's trading lessons. his alerts, his bark alerts. So all right, guys, I gotta get going. For now, I'm going to continue to hold AHPI to see if it can hold $9 here. It did just cross over, though. The 10 adaptive did cross to the downside of the purple, so that is a little bearish indicator. So I'm going to give it a chance to try to hold this bottom trend line, and if it doesn't, I'll get out. But yeah, I'll recap everything in the last rip. It is Friday, so the last rip may not be out tonight. We may get it recorded tonight, and then I might not get it edited till tomorrow, but the stock market doesn't open again till Monday. So, as long as I get it out tomorrow, you guys still have plenty of time to watch it. Let's see what else. Lots of things going on. I'll do that scanner video to show these scanners, these settings, and explain a little bit more why my scanners are set up. Just kind of the lesson that I just went over really fast. And I'll try to get that out today. I have a stock review video for a gold company coming out today. And that's pretty much it for now. And if you want to stay in contact, talk with more people in the community, frameworkfortune.com is live, and we've got a few people who've signed up so far. But you can go check it out. Free 7-day trial. And then after that, it's only $2 a month. $2. Because I am not trying to get rich off of you guys. I could have easily charged $50 a month and got 100 people to sign up. But it is $2 a month. Literally the cheapest community that is private that you can join on the internet. And there's no pumping, no crazy stuff, just traders discussing, talking. There's a list of my best lessons, I think, the lessons that you absolutely have to watch. That's on there. We got a blog. I'm putting some thoughts that are in my head that I am a little nervous to say on YouTube. I'm putting on that blog. And yeah, just a lot of stuff going on the website. It's going to continue to get built out. We do have a phone app. It's not fantastic, but it works for the forum. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So, all right, guys. Appreciate everybody joining me as always. We'll be back Monday for some more live stream day trading. Go check out whatever you want to check out in the Framework Fortune community. I just appreciate you guys being here. There's no pressure to sign up for the website, but it is not like pocket busting. So, if you want to join. If you don't, I understand. They're still going to be putting out all types of content on YouTube, so no worries there. But yeah, you guys have a great weekend. Stay safe out there. Until next time.